Yeah, so I mean, Mrs. Bates, or I guess she was still in the house, mummified or corpseified or whatever. Um, Even in her death, she controlled him to do unspeakable acts. And talk about a mother that had control. This mother had it, and he had it bad. Very, very bad.
And just a heads up to everyone on the YouTube side. It did take a minute for the stream to load. I don't know why, but I just now noticed it. Because I hit the button, it was going, and I looked back on it, check on chat, and it wasn't going. So it's going now.
All right.
So you haven't been live on Facebook all this time?
You're on Facebook.
I know it just, mean on YouTube.
I was, and then suddenly I wasn't.
I know it just popped up and told me you were on.
All right,
Huh.
so we're on.
We're on now.
So we talked about Psycho.
Yeah, Psycho, Norman Bates, spooky stuff, the holiday of today. What's the holiday of today again?
No Socks Day.
No Socks Day. I feel like wearing socks is vaguely important when you're wearing these.
Oh, please wear socks in those. Whoa, my God.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing matching socks for good luck for the show today.
That's unusual for you.
I know, actually, they're mixed match socks, but they came in a pair together, so you're supposed to wear the mixed match together. So technically, they're matching.
So they came like that.
Yes.
They came mismatched. So they anyway. Okay.
It was a fad back when I was in middle school.
All right.
Even though it's not that difficult to be a part of.
True. All right. Well, let's move on to the next scary mother. And this next scary mother transcends movies and real life.
Ooh, give me one.
We're talking a movie star, and those of you that are listening probably already know who we're talking about. It's very simple, and it comes down to two words.
Two very simple words, you say?
Mommy Dearest.
Mommy Dearest.
And anybody that's over the age of 12 will know what we're talking about. Or maybe not 12, maybe 22.
Maybe 22.
Or 32.
32.
But there you have the incomparable Joan Crawford. Now, she had a reputation for being a very vindictive, not overprotective, I don't know if that's the word.
Overbearing.
Yeah, definitely overbearing mother. And, in the movie Mommy Dearest, which was, based on the book that her daughter wrote, it had some horrific scenes in there, such as this will bring tears to your eyes when we say, "No more wire hangers."
No more.
As she's repeatedly beating the child with a wire hanger. It wasn't her fault. She thought she did the right thing and hung up her little party dress in her closet. Good. Oh, wrong hanger, though. That caused a big uproar. So, an evil mother in life, and even an eviler mother in a movie she was in called Straight Jacket.
Well, that's what we're at now. Straight Jacket.
This movie, and I have the bio here, was directed by William Castle, who also did House on a Hill and 13 Ghosts, and he was able to get an older Joan Crawford, and he says her creepy eyebrows, because she did have some creepy eyebrows.
I mean, look at those.
Yeah, it's crazy.
If I moved the camera over, I could be like pointing at her eyebrows.
The tale of a woman who's locked up in a mental hospital for 20 years for decapitating her husband and his mistress. Okay, so she had a reason.
Yeah.
But when she's released, she reunites with her daughter. Then people mysteriously start turning up headless. They're losing their heads.
How awesome she is.
I wonder.
I bet it's how awesome she was as a person.
I don't think it was her, though.
You think it was the daughter?
It might have been somebody
Yeah,
else.
I watched the movie just a few weeks ago, and it wasn't
Hey,
Dear
that's-
Joe.
No spoilers.
Spoiler alert from a movie that was released back in
You
1964.
never know, people. I haven't watched the movie,
I tell you what,
and maybe I do want
it
to
was
watch the
kind
movie.
of a scary movie, you know, because
Yeah.
you know it's something that could really happen, and I think movies that can really happen are always scarier. Like, not necessarily giving a plug to HBO, but Chernobyl. Oh my gosh, really happened.
Yeah. So we have Danielle and Shirley both in on YouTube. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hope you're enjoying the show. The next scary mother is another movie mother.
A mother, another one.
Yeah, and
Whew, there's a lot of moms tonight.
yeah, well, you know, we're honoring Mother's Day and scary mothers, and this one was from a movie called The Baby. Now this movie here wasn't so much about the mother being an overbearing person, but she kept her late teenage, young adult son living like a baby. As you can see, you know, sleeping in a crib, wearing footy pajamas, having sleepovers, you know, who knows, bunch of weird stuff. But
That does sound kind of freaky.
this domineering mother convinced her infantile acting son to kill people. Maybe.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Hello.
These are movies I haven't watched, so
Me neither. I mean, not in a long
I
time.
saw that. What year was that movie?
That was 1973.
probably
So
saw
a
that
classic.
in
And of course, the mother.
I know where I saw it.
your movie theater.
No. Big John and Little Little John and Big Chuck.
Oh, okay. Late night Friday night.
Yeah.
But she kept control of her son, it says here, through intimidation, abuse, and the occasional electric cattle prod.
Ooh.
That's classy. Classy, classy, classy. So that's a couple movie mothers, and there's more. Much more.
There are so many mothers.
So many
out
more,
there.
and we just had to pick just a few. The next one is from a neat movie that was in 1976.
I don't think I grabbed a picture for that one.
But it's Carrie.
I didn't grab one for that
Now,
one.
now, Carrie was the
Talk
star.
about Carrie.
The star of the show was Carrie, the girl. But if you remember and go back, it was her mother who was the very the Christian lady and did not want her daughter using her telekinesis. And every time she accidentally used her telekinesis, she would get punished badly. And then until she figured out that she could use her telekinesis to, you know, pretty much get what she wanted. So, kind of scary stuff, but that's what, you know, sometimes when you have an overbearing...
Or was this Carrie?
I
That
don't
one.
know.
No, that's the other one. That's probably, I think, the next one.
Yeah, we're going to go next. Well, that's Carrie. That's a fun one.
Yeah, who wrote that? Carrie? You want to give? It was a story by Stephen King.
Oh, yeah, it was a story by Stephen King. That's
Don't
right.
want to forget that.
That's right. Stephen King, one of our favorite authors. So the next one, and everybody knows this one. Well, we'll talk about Friday the 13th.
I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube for showing off pictures of Freddy. Not
Jason.
Freddy, Jason.
Jason.
Not Freddy Krueger. He's got claws. Jason's got the ski mask.
Yeah, so, you know, before Jason was doing all his killing, it was Mrs. Voorhees going out and,
He had a mother doing it? What?
well, yeah, she was sort of the ringleader.
Which movie are you talking about?
Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she was pretty evil, and you know, she sort of drove Jason to do what he did too. So again, you know, a mother gone bad.
Oh, these
Question
mothers.
was never answered. Was Jason a ghost?
I don't think so. But at some point, I think he does become like a mythical creature. Like, I don't think he becomes a ghost. I think he becomes like something else. He becomes like his own paranormal entity.
Hey, fans, let us know what you think.
So, 1991, a movie called Mom.
Mom.
Now, this is kind of funny.
Oh, where'd that picture go? I just had it.
In this classy horror comedy, a man discovered that his elderly mother has been bitten by her mysterious boarder and turned into a cannibalistic creature who undergoes a werewolf-like transformation. Oh my.
Oh my. If we wait a moment, I do have a picture of this one.
This is a good one.
If it shows up. Huh. This one's giving me troubles.
That's okay. Here
We'll
it
just
is.
do it this way.
We'll do it that way. That's Mom. Creepy picture.
So in here too.
Creepy picture.
Well, I'm gonna do something super cool. I'm gonna make that bigger. I'm gonna throw that up there.
That's the movie poster, folks. Mom. Cool. Yay.
It looks like a bat monkey.
Yeah, who knows? Looks kind of creepy. Kind of creepy.
Definitely kind of creepy.
But, you know, that I guess it wasn't the mother's fault, though, that she turned into a werewolf monster thing. Crazy person.
Yeah, I mean, like, what did she do? Go around beheading people?
Who knows? Probably death, mayhem, blood, guts, gore, everywhere. You know, that's what you're talking about from a horror movie from 1991. It was all that jump scare factor and blood.
Yeah, that would do it.
So you had it. So, again, you know, maybe it wasn't the mother's fault.
It might not have been.
May not have
say.
been, no. She couldn't help that she got bit by her boarder. Whatever it
her
was.
border collie?
No,
Is that-
just the person who was renting a room.
Oh, the what are those called?
Tenant.
Yeah, there we go.
The tenant. It was the ant. No.
Yeah,
I don't
the
know.
ant. Totally the ant.
Yeah, so what was the next one we had? Was this which one was this?
This is the one that is this one, yes.
The People Under the
The
Stairs.
people under the stairs.
Another 1991 classic full of jump scares, murder, blood, guts, gore. Good times.
All the good times.
A Wes Craven film to boot. So one of the kings of horror. A deranged mother seeking daughterly perfection, even if she has to stab it out of her.
Oh, jeez.
Coolness.
See, this picture is like a little like misleading.
Mm-hmm.
It is from the movie that was published at the same time as the one that it says here.
Yeah.
But I feel like this isn't from that movie. But then again, it's like, these look like they were the monsters that just kind of crawled out from under the stairs and like, let us kill your child.
Yeah. All right. So the next movie, a 2012 movie that had, guess who was in it?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, right. Harry Potter was in this movie called The Woman in Black.
The Woman in Black.
Now, this is just going more along of the paranormal lines where there was this orphanage out in the middle of nowhere in the UK somewhere. You know, nothing but bogs and marshes. It was this mansion that during World War II, there were raids going on and bombings, so they were taking all these kids out to this house to be safe. Well, the problem was this place was haunted by a woman in black who was seeking her children who had drowned in their car, went off the road into the bog, and they pretty much got mummified down there because bogs are nothing but, you know, peat. Just gook.
Phoenix is hungry.
Phoenix is hungry.
Just gook. And so and until she got her children back, she was making sure that no other kids could live there. And I think she even was supposedly killed the residents of this mansion's kids.
Did you watch this movie?
by luring them out into the
He
marshy area.
He liked this movie.
I liked it. It had Harry Potter in it.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? I cannot remember for the life of me what the name of the movie was, but it's based on a real haunted story of, like, so this family moves into this really big old house, and there's, like, a lake and this really big tree, right outside, and the tree has this one branch that goes all the way out, like, almost over the lake, basically. Like, I never watched it. I just remember seeing clips of it and everything. But basically, there was a woman who lived there, and she drowned her own children and then hung herself. And then now she's, like, trying to kill all the children because she drowned her kids.
I know what you're talking about.
I do too.
It's
But I
like
can't-
she went crazy.
I can't place
And
it,
drowned
though.
her kids. And then kept, like, where are my children? They disappeared. I can't find them. Where'd they go? Did somebody steal them? Did the Fae take them? She was losing her mind, going crazy. And then she just hung herself. And I remember one of the quotes from the movie was, "This is a witch's tree," or something like that.
Yeah. I remember now. It had the girl that was... She actually kidnapped them and took them out to some little house in the forest. And they were living, like, in this dilapidated shack. She actually kidnapped 2 kids.
The witch did? Or
Yeah, the witch did. This ghost person
the
thing.
ghost did.
The ghost did.
Okay,
Or-
you guys are sorry, but
Are we
'cause
confusing
I-
two stories?
you are confusing 2 movies.
We
because
are.
the story where the girl, the witch ghost, kidnapped the 2 girls
Yeah.
and put them in a cabin. That was the movie Mother.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
See, who watches more scary movies?
Mom does. The
Yeah,
mother watches the scary movies like she's trying to get ideas or something. Anyways, but no, I want to say it was like the witch's tree or something like that.
I think you're right.
Wait, we have the Google.
The what?
The Google.
The Google?
That's just witch's tree.
All right, so we're looking up that. So The Woman in Black, good flick, 2012. It's got a more mature Daniel Radcliffe in it. Good flick. Check it out.
Yeah, there was also a second movie.
A second movie?
Yeah, that's why, because there wasn't an orphanage in the first movie. The orphanage was in the second movie.
Okay, whatever.
Where crazy.
Yeah, she was stealing children from the orphanage
Mother.
in the second movie.
Well, I don't think it was an orphanage. I think they just took all these kids out there to be safe, and they're living in this mansion. So
Yeah, that's why, that
Yeah.
second movie.
okay.
In the first movie, she was taking the town
Scary.
children from the town.
So those are just some scary movie mothers.
Was it Sinister?
I don't know. Maybe.
Say hello to Diane.
Hello again.
Hey, Diane.
She's
No,
on.
not your cousin.
Or no,
Pennsylvania Diana.
Pennsylvania. I know Danielle's on YouTube.
Iris.
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 Glad you could join the show. So that's enough about movie mothers.
Real about real mothers.
There are some scary real mothers out there. Really scary ones. And the first one we're going to talk about is from 1994. A very scary time with, you have the picture for her, I think.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
And this is a woman that sort of went crazy, going through a bitter divorce. Susan Smith.
She's from South Carolina.
Right. She actually drowned her 2 kids, a 3-year-old Michael and 14-month-old Alexander. Blamed a black guy, that the black guy kidnapped him, but she drowned him.
Black guy, if I remember right, he didn't even exist, did he?
No, he didn't exist. And she confessed. She was found guilty, and she is in prison. I think she's eligible for parole, like in 2025. But her ex-husband has vowed to keep her in prison forever for her heinous crime. You know, there were some other issues going on there, but she became very dysfunctional, delusional, and obviously homicidal to kill, a 3-year-old and a 14-month-old.
Yeah, and I remember watching in the news, and she confessed the reason why She was trying to get her husband's attention.
Well, they even went on the morning talk show saying, "Hey, please help us find our kids, please."
I like vaguely remember reading about this when I was like looking up stuff for something like a long time ago.
So, so she's in prison and she's going to be there for a long time, and I guess she's not acting very well in prison.
I would bet.
She slashed her wrist supposedly, according to some articles that I've read today. Doing research for the show, she's having sex with prison guards, has a lesbian lover. I mean, just all sorts of weird stuff going on in prison. So, yeah, so she's
she
out
was
there.
messed up and still messed up.
Yeah, she's very messed up. And
She looks like
probably
she's
will
like
for a
in her
while.
60s by now.
Yeah,
Probably is.
so
She already had children and been married when she did that when your dad and I first got married.
Another like mother I can think of, I'm not, like I can't remember what the name was, but like maybe 5 years ago, there was a video of this big SUV driving into the ocean, but the waves kept throwing it back onto the beach.
yeah, and the people saved the.
Yeah, like there was a kid and they had rolled the window down, but they were like in their like child seat or something, and they couldn't get out of it to like jump out the window, and they were screaming bloody murder, and that's when some just like average college beachgoers were like, "Holy cow, what the hell is that Jeep SUV thing doing?" So they ran after it as fast as they could, and they heard the kids crying, "Help! Our mom's trying to kill us!" And what they managed to keep up with it and get the kids unbuckled and get them out as someone else was trying to like break open the window and the door to the other side to get the mom out of the car to stop it from driving off into the ocean. But, whew.
I mean, well, look how many people in the Cleveland area alone, and we moved back here in 2009.
No. Wasn't it like 2011 or 12?
10.
2010 then. Okay, we moved back here 9 years ago. How many times, Phoenix, have you seen where a mother and her boyfriend
Or,
have killed a child?
you know, it's never the actual father.
But there's always an X factor involved with all those
No,
things.
Occasionally there's a father too.
Like once in a blue moon, but
But-
it's
but
usually the boyfriend.
The common denominator in all those is crack. Some sort of
And
drugs.
Meth, crack, opium.
Yeah, there's some sort of drugs involved. I like that picture that was going around where the two grandparents were passed out in the car down in southern Ohio with kid in the back seat. They were strung out on whatever. But
meth is a big one, and so is
Yeah.
opium.
so I mean, but that's happened up here in Cleveland more than once since we've been here, and it's sad.
It is.
I mean, the kids are malnourished, and it's just they don't take care of them.
Some people just shouldn't have kids.
In this one recent one, the mother just got, I think, had her sentencing, but the father actually wanted custody of the kid.
Did he get custody?
No, she died.
Oh.
No, this is one of the recent ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I remember kind of following it, but he didn't get custody. The kid went to the state.
Well,
I don't want to say their names.
Oh no,
'cause
the
he's in
kid
court.
died.
the
The
kid died.
I
yeah.
remember. Yes, this
But-
is why I'm a firm believer that the whole the mother outweighs the father thing shouldn't be a thing.
But the social services also failed because they did not report it enough. And actually, it was reported, but it wasn't elevated.
They never followed
And
up.
They didn't follow
and
up.
the daycare also did not
Yeah.
report the way they should have.
Right. So
This
So-
child looked like, I saw pictures. I remember seeing pictures, and like the child looked like it was dying for months.
yeah, like malnutrition and everything. And the father wanted custody, but for whatever reason, whether it was the money or child support or welfare or whatever, mother didn't want to give it up. So,
I
but
think
now the child's dead
So,
and everything.
I guess what we're getting to is if you see somebody misabusing their child,
definitely speak up.
please report it.
Welfare checks are free. No one gets fined for them. Just call the cops. Be like, hey, can you go check on so and so? They didn't look that good when I saw them last, and I want to make sure they're okay.
Yeah, all you gotta do is ask for a welfare check.
And do that. And I'm not saying, and I'm a firm believer that abuse should not happen. But if a parent is out in public and swats their kid on the butt,
There's a difference between, like, causing a
Yeah.
bruise and a black eye and drawing blood and
right,
smacking them on the butt because they're misbehaving.
right. Butts are made for spanking.
Because, you know what?
I've been spanked like 3 times my whole life, and I'm okay with this.
But there's a difference between a smack on the butt and a swat.
A swat upside the head, because I've gotten more of those than spankings. As mentioned before, I could put.
But when somebody,
I've never done that.
when you see somebody full out sucker punch their own kid,
That's a struggle. If you ever, no one should be knocking their kid cold on the ground.
No. Anyway, let's move on.
Anyways, we have another mother.
Yeah, another one. This is a little bit more recent, 2001.
Is that really 2001?
Andrea Yates.
That explains why the photo's in color.
Now, this woman here drowned her 5 children in their bathtub.
Actually, let me see. Wasn't like her oldest kid like 10 or something?
Yeah. 7, 5, 3, 2, and 6 months.
7. So I was close.
Yeah, 7. But, I mean, there was some psychological stuff going on here. Postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis, schizophrenia, a whole bunch of different things. But it didn't stop the court from convicting her and giving her life in prison, or 40 years.
and she's on
until
speaking
she's
terms
eligible
even
for parole.
with her ex-husband because he realizes she was sick and he ignored it. She was asking for help in different ways and he ignored it. And finally,
She snapped.
She snapped.
Well, it says here she was acquitted for reason of insanity in 2006.
Yeah.
Look how happy they were.
And she's still, I believe, institutionalized.
Yeah, she'd have to be after doing
killing
that.
her.
Yeah.
There's only 4 kids in
has
this
shown
photo.
remorse.
There's only 4 kids in this photo.
Well, she killed one.
One was a baby.
That's maybe before the baby was born.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was a
she's
6-month-old,
pregnant.
when she had the postpartum depression and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of now I found a list of other mothers who, I mean, these are Mother of the Year candidates, no doubt.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
No doubt at all. And the first one we're going to talk about is Lindsay Lowe. And you probably never heard of her, and I just got a list. It's probably fake news, but it's kind of cool. 25-year-old woman behind bars. She killed her twins only a minute after each was born on September 12th.
Well.
Nobody knew she was pregnant.
Wow.
And she had them in the bathroom of her parents' house and delivered them and promptly killed them because she didn't want anybody to know she was pregnant.
But you know what? A lot of
Well, I guess for me, that just kind of depends. What state was she in?
a lot of teenagers do that.
She was in a state of...
That's not what I meant.
Oh!
I meant, was abortion illegal or not?
No. No, I don't think so.
There's a fine line between giving birth and killing it and I don't want kids. This is a bad idea.
Another
Actually,
one.
there's a big line between those two. There's a really big line.
Yeah, so another one. April Weber. Brooksville, wherever that is.
Brooksville.
Yeah, I know.
She looks like she's like barely older than me.
Yeah.
Like
well,
maybe she's in high school.
She says she called 911. Says she accidentally dropped her
Baby
6 weeks old baby girl.
threw it down the stairs.
Pretty much. Threw it off the bed. It had multiple traumas everywhere. And these stories are going to get better. Better? Or worse.
Worse.
Worse, yeah, a lot worse. And they actually rushed the baby to the hospital and all that kind of stuff. But, it was, yeah. Yeah, that was sad. The next one, Nikki Kelly of Elmhurst, Queens. Must be New York.
Yeah. I got a picture of this one. Hold up. Do.
Yeah. This woman, socially known as Nikki, killed her 11-month-old son in July of 2014.
In July of 2014.
The mother was a maid who had wrapped up her son in a sheet so tightly that he could neither breathe nor move. But she admitted to police, I didn't want him anymore. The baby was happy, according to witnesses before then. And, sad.
That's sad. Who's next?
Megan Huntsman.
Oh, she looks kind of sketchy.
Yep. During a period of 10 years, from 1996 to 2006, only one of the 7 babies born to the family survived. Ouch.
Ouch.
Talk about a serial killer.
I mean, I want to make a pun on cereal and kids, but I can't.
No. She killed them, put them in boxes, and hid the boxes in the garage.
Cereal.
Cereal boxes.
Serial killer boxes.
Cereal boxes.
There we go. There's the pun.
Yeah, there we go.
You two are bad. Very, very bad.
We get it from you, Mother.
Bad.
All right, we're going to go to China for this next one.
I can't really show that picture, even though it's all blurred out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Talk about it, though.
Well, Hu Chen, or Hugh Chen, I don't know, had an argument with her husband. Okay, that happens. So what does she do?
She kills them.
No, she threw her one baby girl in front of a 40-ton truck.
Is that why there's 2 blurred out spots?
Yeah, I mean, instantly gone.
Ew.
And then she tried to throw her son into traffic. Just because she was mad at her husband. She had psychological problems. Believe that?
I wouldn't believe that one bit.
No, not at all. Psychological problems, yeah. It's crazy enough.
These
Crazy
moms are scary.
stuff.
See, Phoenix, you're lucky.
We shouldn't be saying that I'm lucky because you're not a psychopath, a killer. I think we should be like, oh, there's things wrong with this.
Now this next one, that's that one right there.
Yeah.
Claire Biggs. Now this is another one. It's like, it reminds me of the Cleveland ones here. These people are it's addicts.
What's with us and addicts up here?
And she lost custody of her first child because of a drug habit. Despite that, she and her boyfriend were allowed to look after the second baby. But the mother tortured the baby. Baby ended up in a hospital with fractured ribs, broken wrist, broken shoulder. The 2-month-old baby succumbed to injuries. 2-month-old baby!
Why?
Broken wrist, broken shoulder, fractured ribs. This is fun. Claire was beaten up by fellow prisoners.
Good.
Because they didn't like her.
Good. It's like, when rapists go to jail.
Yepper. Well,
What about Ghost?
Oh, we still have a couple more. We got time.
Okay.
We got time. Let me skip this one here. Let me get to this really bad one. And this
the
one.
very last one?
Yeah, I think so. No, number 2.
Number 2, California?
Yeah, California. This one is sad. So if you have a weak stomach,
close your eyes and...
Yeah, don't close your ears because you won't be hearing us, but close your eyes if that helps.
I guess.
Yeah. Imagine the pain of... It pains me to say this. Getting cooked in a microwave.
Whew.
Yeah. Took her 7-week-old baby in a microwave oven in February 2012. Let it run for 2 minutes. Radiation cooked the child's intestines and stomach. Talk about craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not going to go with the last one. Yeah, the one in Germany was a weird one too. She left her baby, thought it was a cat or something. Just left it in the apartment wrapped up. It was gone for 4 days on a drunken, drug-induced binge.
So she was crazy and thought it was a cat.
Sure, she wasn't one of the Ohio.
No, she's from Germany. So anyway, so enough of that. So I mean, we talk about these today, not in jest, not to make light of them, but I mean, these are the things that spawns, the what we do as far as the paranormal, because these are the kind of horrific stories that this only happens in the movies, but it happens in real life, and then it causes stuff to happen, such as our visit to the J.C. Thompson building down in East Liverpool, Ohio. Now, that building actually has numerous ghosts. One of them is supposedly a prostitute, and I think, she did have a baby.
But she had 3 children, if I remember.
3 children.
2 or 3.
And we actually have a picture of the J.C. Thompson building. And that is a key, supposedly, from when it was a brothel, or it had a brothel in there. And so you can still hear the cries of a baby. Now, me being a skeptic, it says, okay, it could be a cat.
It didn't really sound like a cat, but cats make a lot of weird noises.
Right.
Like, I have a cat and it screams. Like, it screams bloody murder. It's hilarious. And it's all because it just wants attention.
Yeah.
She just wants her head rubbed. Little scritches on the nose. Weird cat. And belly rubs.
Back to the baby story.
Yeah.
The cats are babies,
No.
but we can put them in strollers.
So the J.C. Thompson building does have a ghost, cries of a baby, and I think it's haunted by the mother.
This one, you might point out, mother did not kill her baby.
No, she did not.
No.
She did not.
But that is, though, kind of the point of this show, though. It's scary mothers.
Scary mother.
But this is a paranormal mother. That's why she's included.
I would think that, all these women who have, done foul things, whether they're in the fictional universe or in the real universe, are all a little abnormal or paranormal by definition.
This mother, they believe, child, all of her 2, and the other children all died of influenza. Oh God, I can't.
The flu?
The flu.
There
Yeah.
we go.
I know there's so many stories out there of just like various things where mothers have like lost their children, like banshees, for instance. But those, like, not just for child loss.
Banshee?
Not just child loss. There's other reasons that they go into banshee mode. But one of the main reasons is they were either cheated on, scorned, or became scorned, I guess, or they lost their children to various reasons. Whether they killed
because
them,
of a man.
either they killed them, or they drowned for other reasons, or they died, or they were murdered by somebody else. Usually, child loss, or if the woman was killed by a dude, usually the husband or another lover.
A drunken Irish guy.
Well, isn't that all Irish guys?
Some Scots.
Most Scottish are pretty
Oi.
drunk too.
Oi. Cheers.
Oi.
So we all have experienced scary mothers, whether in film, every day on the news,
Every day in life.
and maybe even in your paranormal world. When you're going out doing an investigation and you hear the story or the history of the building and find that a mother has, maybe didn't murder their kids, but through, having a bad pregnancy, either stillborn or died as an infant, through no fault of their own, they become the spirits and walk around and are haunting, looking for their new children, such as the woman in black. She did not, the movie depicted her not as, she did not murder her kids. She sought help for them, and nobody came. And there they stayed in the bog. Until Harry Potter came
Yay!
and rescued them from their watery grave. And because they were so preserved, they instantly came back to life.
No, they.
They all were reborn as birds, butterflies, and rainbows.
And unicorns farting chocolate.
Or pooping ice cream.
Right.
Swirlies.
Yes.
Ah, the good old days. The best movies, the best endings. Speaking of endings, we're nearing the close.
We are nearing the close.
We got less than 10 minutes.
Wow.
Gosh.
I hope you enjoyed this adventure that we took you on today, looking at some scary mothers,
Yeah.
both in
Life and in
not
Not
life.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not life.
Not
life
life.
and not life.
life and not life.
Yeah.
Not-
Entertainment.
Yeah.
Kinda. Sorta.
Life and not life. Because
Yeah.
like there's like the ones that are like folklore, and then there's the ones that are like scary movies. Folklore is usually based on real events.
True.
Like
Folklore from the Confederate cemeteries. They
The
have
ladies in gray.
the ladies in gray.
who just women who like died on the battlefield because they
No.
lost their husbands.
No, their husbands or boyfriends or sons died on the battlefield, and they go to the cemeteries to weep, to mourn,
I
and
was
they
close.
and they never left.
I was
That
close.
is their life, to go there every day.
They went there every day, and
But that's not really like a scary mother thing. That's just like
well,
a.
when you're there at the cemetery and one shows up, that's
But they're not just mothers. That's the thing.
well, we don't know. That's just
They could
it.
be.
They could be a mother. They could be a daughter. They could be a sister. They could be a lover. They could be a lover and a
But
mother.
they could be, yeah. They could be all of the above. And if it's from certain parts of the United States, it could be your mother and sister all in the same person.
Your mother, your sister, and potentially your daughter,
I
all
knew
the
you
same
were-
go.
I knew you were going to say that.
I couldn't resist.
Ooh. Am I related to you?
Look at the time.
I think I am.
Hey, Reaper.
Well, anyway, I think it's time to wrap things up. I do want to thank everyone for joining us today on this sort of morbid trip through Mother's Day.
Yeah, definitely morbid.
For all you mothers out there,
Morbid Mother Day.
have a great, wonderful Mother's Day.
Morbidly Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those children out there.
Make sure that you say hi to your mothers on Mother's Day.
Hi, Mom.
That'd be nice.
I took my mom to Endgame for Mother's Day. I know it was like 2 weeks early, but that's what she got, and that's all she's getting.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
She's happy because now she doesn't have to worry about spoilers, and she got to like see some cool hot dudes. We got to
Don't
see
talk about the guy next to me in the seats. Your dad will find out.
not those guys. We got to see America's butt.
America's butt.
America's butt.
America's butt. Nice.
You can guess. I can't do spoilers yet. For me, it hasn't been long enough. I know.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
You know, I really remember that scene.
That
tells
was
you-
like my favorite scene.
That tells you how much that impressed me. I am getting old.
You are. Are you becoming an old hag, or are you just getting old?
Old hag.
Oh, she said it. She agreed. She's becoming an old hag. So, on that note,
One thing, if we said anything that resembles any mothers that may be out there listening to the show, it's just a coincidence.
it's not because the shoe fits.
No,
it's
it's just a coincidence. So
Or if you have a very guilty conscience, needs
Yeah.
to talk to somebody.
yeah, so
And what are you going to do if you know someone doing these things to their kids?
Gonna call somebody about it. Don't call them. because
run them over with a forklift.
He tried to kill me with a forklift.
All right,
And on that note,
Because child abuse is bad.
let's pay the bill.
let's pay the bill.
The opinions and facts expressed on the Skeptic Sanctum may or may not be factual, honest, truthful, or shared with anyone with any common sense. That may also not coincide with the beliefs, moral or otherwise, of the patriotic host, the Marxist capitalist co-host, the unpaid interns, or management. Whoever management is. You don't know. The Skeptic Sanctum also reserves the right to refuse service if you are not wearing pants. Tax, title, and license not included. Offers not valid in the District of Columbia, the province of Quebec, the principalities of the valleys of Andorra, the country of Spain, the state of Michigan, and most parts of western Pennsylvania, including Pittsburgh.
Screw you, Pittsburgh.
Baker Mayfield coming your way, buddy. Woo!
I pushed the button.